Hi there, Mouseketeers. Welcome to the Disneyland Beat, where our toes tap to a Disneyland drum, and we always whistle while we work. Just a heads up, this review does contain some minor spoilers, but we do avoid most major plot points, and we don't give away any endings. So hey everybody, this is TC from the Disneyland Beat, giving you this review. And I really like this movie a lot. In many ways, it does a better job of separating itself from the original source material, enough to be a compelling movie on its own right. So I highly recommend you watch it. If you've liked any of the Disney remakes up to now, then you're gonna like this one. And I put this one near the top of the list. It's one of the best of them. The movie has a huge heart, and it's worth the watch for that alone. You truly care about the lead characters. Mulan and her father are especially well acted, and the love between them feels real and tangible. It's very touching. Mulan's intentions are just as honorable as they were in 1998 when the animated Mulan stole her father's sword to join the army in his place. And the setup, it feels more real, more dangerous in this situation. We really feel the danger that Fa Zhao is in even more with this film's serious opening and exposition. It really puts you in the world and you care about the main characters a lot. And the opening feels somewhat familiar. Mulan has her visit with the village matchmaker, which is of course a disaster, for different reasons this time, but its consequences are the same, and the humiliation that the disgrace brings on the family, well, it feels much more real and tangible in this version. So one thing there should be no debate about is the film is simply gorgeous, just beautiful. The scenery is incredible, it seems well rooted in Chinese history. The Zhao family lives in a deliciously detailed walled village, much like the Chinese villages of Hakka, and that only adds to the importance of society and the concept of family honor and your place in society. The costumes, though unnaturally clean and colorful, are truly stunning, and they add a lot of authenticity to the movie as well. At first, Mulan seems to set itself up as a historical drama almost, with immersive, convincing details. Gone are any hints of wisecracking tiny dragons and the possibility of a Broadway-style musical number breaking out, which, to be completely honest, is what we were expecting for this version. When the announcement came out that there would be a live-action Mulan, I thought, oh, it would be approached as a historical drama, pretty realistic, gritty. That's what's popular right now, maybe with a love story. But that's not exactly what we got here. Once Mulan ties up her hair and steals away with her father's sword, the film heads in a direction we really liked, but just were not expecting at all. Which finally, I'm sure you're thinking, brings us to our main point. Throughout the film, Mulan retains its Disney heart, but in many ways it feels like a classic Marvel origin story. Once Mulan gets to the army camp, we really get fully versed with the idea of Qi. Qi, it turns out, is something that apparently you cannot train to achieve, but must be born with, and Mulan has it. From an early age, we see she has superior speed, agility, balance, and strength. But she's encouraged to hide it because she's a girl. Now this works great as a metaphor. Mulan is forced by society to hide her strength, the things that make her who she is. But practically, in the film, the concept of Qi really becomes something more akin to a superpower. And the metaphor kind of seems less important than the magical power. Qi, of course, is a concept that exists in Chinese culture, though traditionally it is not gendered, and not so measurably nor supernaturally manifested. In Mulan, Qi gives you fantastic power and skills. You can run up walls, you can catch arrows flying at you, you can animate fabric into deadly weapons, and more. It turns out that Commander Tung has a very strong Qi, and recognizes the same in Mulan, leading to some very Avatar-esque conversations about accepting and redirecting force power. It really reminded us of Uncle teaching Prince Zuko how to redirect Fire Lord Ozai's lightning. So by introducing these superpowers, the result you get is something very akin to what you get in a lot of Marvel movies. A superhero discovers their power, they come of age, and they train and learn how to use it. This is what Mulan does. Her Qi is extraordinary, and it becomes clear she is the mightiest warrior in the entire army. So here we get to see exactly what each of Mulan's impressive superpowers are in montages, such as her enhanced senses, her unlimited stamina, her archery skills are better than Hawkeye's, and her uncanny ability to not only catch, but kick arrows and spears with great power and aim. On the other side of this Marvel model are the villains, and these are some really cool villains. We have Bori Khan, who is pretty much a version of Shang Yu from the original, with some extra Qi tossed in. But far more interesting than him is Cyan Lang. Cyan Lang is by far the most powerful being in the film. even though we really don't know how she got there. She dislikes being called a witch, and rightly so, prefers to be called a warrior, but she's trusted by nobody. She's outcasted by society. She is the most powerful villain in the room, yet she can trust and is trusted by no one. She does have some crazy powers. She can possess people, she can shapeshift, she can fly as a hawk, or an entire flock of small birds. Not to mention having enhanced everything when it comes to fighting. So we really wish there was a bit more to her character, and her backstory was more clear because there's not enough time spent with her. She's really very interesting. And following even more superhero tropes, Xian Lang directly engages Mulan throughout the film, creating a personal connection and trying to get her to turn to the dark side. She is aware that Mulan is female and passing as male, and she attempts to seduce Mulan into joining her evil group, kind of suggesting that she will find acceptance there and reinforcing that she will never find acceptance in society. And Mulan is tempted a little bit because she knows that, like Xian Lang, society will always reject her for her superpowers. And gosh, these moments reminded me of every Marvel, X-Men, and Star Wars movie ever made. So to take the superhero movie idea even further, it seems like Mulan even has a superhero weakness. Her own personal kryptonite in the film is dishonesty. Lying seems to be a big deal for Mulan. Somehow, Mulan's lying about being a man is keeping her chi from realizing its true power. It even manifests itself in her body, making her hands shake real badly. The movie begins to emphasize how dishonesty is hurting Mulan the second she joins the army, and it's not until she decides to fight as a woman, just like in the animated version, that she really truly kicks major butt. And she does kick butt. The fight sequences are really exciting and satisfying, and she uses all of her superpowers. The battle scenes are massive and edgy, but they're still easy to follow, and they're not too gory. So having the Marvel superhero aspect to the film is actually pretty cool, and in no way does it take away from the character of Mulan, but it sure isn't what we were expecting. And you know, that's where we're going to leave it. You could really compare the two versions, quite a bit, and there are some other differences, but we don't think there's a new need. Mulan really does a fine job of standing on its own. Yes, our kid kept asking, where is the funny dragon? But we still highly recommend it. It is well acted, beautifully filmed, and we think you're going to enjoy it. But you might be surprised, like we were, to find a cool Marvel superhero origin story in the middle of it. Well, that's it for today from TC here at the Disneyland Beat. Have a great Disneyland day, everybody. Please like and subscribe to our channel, and we'll see you real soon, Mouseketeers.